Hi, this is David with David's Tutorials, and in today's video, I'm going to show you how to highlight a paragraph on a web page. If you're like me, you do a lot of reading on the internet. You may have noticed sometimes you come across a web page that has a lot of content. You come across a paragraph that you want to focus on and come back to and read in more depth later on, but first you want to go down the web page and read more of what's there. But as long as that web page is, sometimes you're just not certain how can you go back and find this paragraph that you want. I'm going to show you how to do that. Now you could simply drag your cursor over the text to highlight it and then continue your reading down the page, and sometimes this will work. But if you ever click your mouse anywhere on that web page again, that highlight will vanish. And what if there are several places you want to return to? What I'm about to show you is a way you can mark as many places on a page as you like, and they will stay marked until you close the page or refresh it. For our example, in this demonstration, I'm going to use a page on the excellent health information website Mercola.com. You can generally get an idea of how extensive or how long a web page is by the size of the thumb button in the scroll bar. This is on the right-hand side of the page. This button usually tries to show you the proportion of your screen size to the overall page height. The smaller the button, the longer the page content. Looking at the size of the scroll button will give you an idea of how likely you are to get lost when coming back to look for a specific paragraph. You can see by the small size of this scroll button that this page is really a rather lengthy one. Let's say I'm partway down the page and I see something I want to check out in more detail later on. I'll demonstrate the procedure to you using the Firefox browser. I've found you can use this capability also in Chrome, in Vivaldi, and Internet Explorer, and probably Safari and Edge as well. There are only slight differences in how you get to this edit area. Let's use this page as an example. It's quite a long page. We can tell because the scroll button is small. Let's say we want to come back and read more in this paragraph. Click and drag will highlight it, but as soon as we click anywhere else, that highlight goes away. Instead, I place my mouse cursor on the paragraph and right-click. I believe on a Mac this would be Command-click. This brings up a context menu, and I see one of the last items on this list is Inspect Element. Clicking on this item brings up the DOM and Style Inspector. DOM, D-O-M, means Document Object Model, but that's just geek speak for the HTML code on the page. You can see I have the inspector area here at the side of the web page, but I can move it to the bottom of the web page by clicking on the three-dot menu and selecting Dock to Bottom. You can use whichever location you prefer. The next thing you need to do is to be sure we have the correct part of the page selected. The easiest way to do this is to use a little gadget called the Element Picker. That's a little square with arrow icon all the way to the left of the inspector tabs. First, scroll the web page area of your screen so you can see the paragraph you want to highlight, then click on the Element Picker icon, and finally click on your target paragraph. You will notice after you click on the Element Picker, as you pass your mouse cursor over the web page, various elements on the page highlight. This makes it easy to know which area will be selected when you click. After you click on a paragraph, you will see the Style Editor appear in the bottom or the right-hand half of the inspector window. In this editor, the top item listed should be Element, followed by a brace, also called curly bracket. Once you're there, click your mouse just to the right of the first brace. This will open a new blank line just below where you clicked. As you begin to type, what you type will appear on this blank line where the blinking cursor is. We want to change the background color of this element, so we type back, B-A-C-K, and a list of possible style properties will appear. We want the one that says background color, so click on that one with the mouse. Insert that value by pressing the Tab key and this will cause the blinking cursor to jump to the next field where we can already see a list of possible colors. The value we want for background color is yellow, so begin typing Y and then click on yellow in the list that appears. Besides changing the background color of an element, you could also change the color of the font. Let's select another paragraph. This one here, got it. Click to add a modifier, color, and let's set it to red. Notice it changes immediately. It's also just plain fun to play around with a web page to see all the colors you can add to it. By the way, for any web development geeks watching this, using this method is an excellent way to test pretty much any kind of style before you write it into your CSS style sheet. That's really all there is to it. You can close the inspection window now by clicking on the small X in the upper right-hand corner. Finally, remember this change is made in your browser only. It is not made on the server. Once you either refresh the page or close it, the colors that you added to it will be gone. I hope this helps you the next time you're on a long web page and you want to mark a paragraph to come back and read more on it later. We would surely appreciate it if you'll give us a great big old thumbs up. This lets the YouTube robots know that the video was helpful. Also, if you're not already a subscriber, be sure to click on that subscribe button and then the bell icon to be notified whenever we post another great tutorial here on David's Tutorials.